Okay, we are here at our Syucai Mastery video program. My name is Svetlana Pritzker. I'm Syucai Master and I am an intentional creativity coach. I love solving problems and untangle very tangled issues. Here with me is my friend and master of Syucai, Natalie Rigoni. Natalie, would you like to add anything?
Yes, hi everyone. And Svetlana, I'm so much glad to see you. As usually, you're my good friend and good friend, which we started to know together each other, educating, going to studying Sutsai at the same time. I'm enjoying to meeting with you, even like this through Zoom. It's some different miles between us, but I always feel this pleasure and this good mood, good joyful, uh,
Time.
joyful time
Good
together.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So today we are going to talk about business and personal development. Why are we talking about those two together? Because what I've realized in my extensive practice for many, many years with many, many different people, that if your mind is wandering somewhere, the business is wandering right where your mind goes. The focus is the product of your understanding of who you are. If you are not very sure, then you don't know how to act, what to choose for yourself. And your business will be reflective of that. You will be wandering between many different businesses. But in Sutsai, we have an opportunity to actually be very particular, very precise about what kind of business is good for you. Every one of us is born on a different day with the different parents, with a different name, and with the different metrics of competencies that are gifted to us at birth. So those competencies and those numbers in our birth date dictate what kind of business would be good for us. So when we understand that, we can then decipher what is our happiness about, what is the formula of success, and what kind of actions do we need to do. Not only that, but we also can learn about ourselves, what kind of organization we should be in participating, and should we be in organization? Maybe we shouldn't even be in organization. We should go on a marketplace and do whatever we want to do. Because again, without knowing yourself, you go into organization and fight with everybody there, or feel so submissive and so miserable that you don't even work there. So in my practice, I am not a person to be in a system, but I always want to be in the system because I don't like to promote myself much. So how I resolve that, I create a system. I find the system. Just like today, I find the system with Natalie. Natalie, on the other hand, is a different person. So Natalie, how do you find where to work and not where to work? Because it's very much depends how you feel if you are in the right place for yourself or not.
That's right. It's a truth in those words, And I'm thankful these scientists of Sutsai that now I can analyze my life and coming back, I can see actually why it's happened, why I doing what I'm doing now and why it was before, right? And I started to understand that is exactly what is inside me, just that how I was in my life, and it's naturally how I feel before what I should do. So if we talk about professional realization, as we're saying, yeah, we are different people. And from my previous experience, I find that I was a person who is all the time try to achieve some kind of goals, just try to be a first, try to I wanted always to do my best. I wanted to like climb a mount, and try to understand, okay, I can more. I can do more. I can do more. What is more inside me? What is more? And I was not afraid to take responsibility. I was not afraid to go to some kind of, I would say, life journey. And then I celebrated like my small wins or big wins. And
So do you like to work in a system, Natalie? Do you want to be in a system somewhere? Or you're
I
the
would
person who
say,
likes to work alone?
I would say, I would say I would say I could like to work in a system if from my analysis I understand that system is right, that I'm like it's appreciation for me like to work in. I would say, but
So,
most of time I like to work myself, achieve my goals myself, and I don't know, and be helpful that way. That other people also see that is helpful for them, but I can take responsibility and achieve my goals. So
all right.
that's what it was before all the time in my life.
All right. So what I hear, and I hope everybody who participates today and later on, that Natalie is the kind of person that she could be in a system, but the system needs to be her way. And
Uh-huh.
if she's not in charge of the system, she might not like the system at all. I, on the other hand, would love the system if that system gives me freedom, as if the system is not there. So I worked before as a director of the school. I built the school. Everything there was under my supervision. I have 46 teachers under me, and above me was one person who didn't care about it. So I felt extremely free, and I continue creating. But if I would not have that freedom, I would not be able to do anything. And I do need somebody above me to give me that sense of safety and security. Natalie, on the other hand, and I'm born on 25th, so I'm 7. And Natalie has this tendency of 1. 1 is the strategist. She wants to be in charge of that. And in her mission, right? Is your mission?
1?
Yes, or your personality.
No, my mission is
Okay.
6, but my personality is 1, yes, and
Okay,
I'm a
so
leader.
with the personality of 1, she wants to be in charge, or otherwise the system is not going to work for me, for her.
Sense.
So
Like no sense in that system.
exactly. And so as you're listening to our conversation, you can kind of try it on as a new piece of clothes for yourself. Calculate your birthday. It's your day of birth summary brought to the single number. And depending on your number, you will understand what I'm talking about, what Natalie is commenting about, by seeing how it was in your life. How much of a system you want, how much of an authority you want, how much decisions do you want, what kind of responsibility you take upon yourself. Why is it so important? Because when you're born on your day, your particular day, you have a special set of mind. And that mindset reflected in your business and in your life will give you either success or failure if your business and your life matches to who you are. If it doesn't match, you feel lost or you feel angry and you experience emotions that are out of whack. So I'm going to share the screen right now. And once I share the screen, you will be able to see the poster that is a poster that we use in Syucai. So let me see how I do that.
I just want to add, while you are sharing, it's about my personality. Yes, a leader, a strategist personality. Is that what I find? Yeah. Like I thought it was in my thoughts all the time that everyone is thinking the same as I'm thinking, and everyone should do that what I think that is right to do. Yes, it was before kind of like that way. It was a mindset.
All right, so I will expand that. So if I'm speaking, what do you see, Natalie? Just to make sure.
Yeah, I can see a poster, like it's a top part of the poster.
So you're not seeing the whole poster?
Not whole, just top part. That part where it starts development, I don't have opportunity to see.
Do you see?
I think you can.
Do you see?
Yeah,
I
can
want to
see.
what we see. Okay. All right. So right now both of us are here. Great.
Top part at first, it's okay,
All
isn't
right.
it?
So we're looking at the poster. You see the poster on your screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said to you, top part.
Do you see the horse on the screen?
Yes.
Okay,
That
perfect.
part
That's what I want to look into, because the poster is extremely big, and today we're not going to go to all the details about it. But we're going to look into the most important part of it, which is the storytelling about Cinderella. I'm sure everybody knows about Cinderella and how she always wanted to go to the ball. She wanted to be seen, she wanted to be appreciated. Nobody really cared, because all she did was cleaning the house and making sure everybody is happy. And if you recognize yourself in this particular story, those are archetypal stories, so I'm sure some of you can recognize that. And you see this carriage. The godmother came over and said, I see that you're struggling and your ego is suffering because both of your sisters are going to the ball with your mom, and you're the ones that stay behind. So not to worry, I'm going to give you a wonderful carriage. I'm going to put mice as a coachman, and you'll be fine. But make sure, Red, I think it was, coachman, mice was the horse. And make sure you're home by a certain time. So Cinderella went into the pumpkin. She became a beautiful, wonderful princess. And she thought that that's all she needs, and she's ready for the ball. Little did she know that that Red, the driver, her conscious understanding of herself will play a big role. She showed up at the ball, and instead of quietly telling the prince that she loves the ball, but she has to leave because she's not really a princess, she was silent about it. But all the time she thought that nobody noticed, because she is a beautiful Cinderella in an amazing dress. So she danced, and in her conscious mind, she was all there. In her unconscious mind, the fear was crawling in. And together, the desire to be there and the fear that somebody could recognize that she's not necessarily a princess was there in conflict. And her mind was racing, because the time was coming up, and around 12 o'clock, her mind wanted to stay because she fell in love with the prince. But her unconscious mind was driving her nuts, because all her emotions and all her hormones got out of whack. She knew that she needed to leave. She couldn't leave. It was amazingly pleasant at this wonderful ball. It was amazingly unpleasant in her body. And even when the prince was talking to her about feelings that he had, she had to abruptly leave. And now I want to ask you, did you ever experience that when you go somewhere and you think that everything is fine, and you come there and all of a sudden your mind is racing like a wild horse, and you cannot control it with your consciousness, because you know you have time. You know that you have until 12 o'clock, and you know the dress is wonderful, and the pumpkin is your carriage, and everything is good, but you're like this. And as much of the excitement you have, as much you love that place, it doesn't let you relax, because all the time you experience the fear, even if it's unconscious, that you will be found out. I'm sure some of you experience that. And so what happens then, you're no longer in charge. You think you're in charge, you think your mind knows what to do, and personality wants it. Personality knows what kind of ball I want to attend. And then those things get into different directions. So Cinderella runs home. She hides her crystal shoe. Nobody knows she actually has any talents or any ability to be a princess. The prince is left without any clue, so he can't even find her. And even when somebody goes to find you after all these emotions raging through you, you're no longer the same person. You do not look like a princess anymore. You get confused. And that's what happens in our life. Consciously, we want one thing, but this consciousness is our story, is what we know about ourselves. And we can call it ego. Ego is something that you live through, you understand, this is how you was taught maybe. And as you are thinking how you want things to be, your ego might experience that. Wow, I am extremely amazing. And at the same time, wow, it is extremely scary. And what if, and what kind of consequences might be happening. And so this is the part that always think. And as long as you think, your thoughts are responsive to how you feel. So you feel something, you hear something going on in your head, the thought. You need to do something about it because hormones are hormonizing your thoughts and feeling, and you need to speak up. And this is where we kind of lose it, because you want to speak with love to your prince. You want to speak with love about your work. You want to be very loving and kind with your partner, with your children. But if inside that fear is building up, that I am not in the right place, I am not at the right time, and I'm not the right person for the business, you will fall into the fear. If somebody criticizes you, you might fall into anger because I am not that. I am a princess. Why don't you see I am a princess? But when you are thinking one thing and saying the other thing, you create a conflict in consciousness, which later on brings you into actions that are also do not fit who you are. And so out of harmony, you experience emotions that fluctuate, and you are on a swing of emotions. And those swings do not give you the stability you're looking for. Very often, I have clients that come and say, I want to be stable. Stability is not something you can accomplish. You cannot have stable salary or stable place where you live or stable anything, because life is constantly changing. And life is given to us to understand that, that in this moment, in this now, the life is happening this way, and the next moment could be absolutely different way. So Zhanat Kazhamzharov, our teacher in Syucai science, the founder of Syucai science, tells us, life is given to you to destroy all your illusions, to destroy all your ideas about yourself. And even things that you want might be gone from your hands because of the emotions you're experiencing. And in order for you to actually build the life that you meant to live and understand yourself better, you need to come to a place of sabr, the place of positive silence and observation. And only then you will see yourself as an observer from outside, and you will notice that maybe the wild horse of your thoughts and emotions is running really fast nowhere. So we will talk a little more about it, but I just want to check if Natalie wants to add anything.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that, and it's fun story that you said is like example is in fairy tale about Cinderella. I mean, it's like a new way, you know, to represent even for me this kind of poster. Thank you for that. So, and it's really that what Zhanat's saying, like with this science, what he teach us and what we are as a masters of society teaching others, we're teaching to save our energy, like in order, like how we can controlling our emotions, we are saving energies for our body, and that energy stream which we have, we can put that in the right direction to accomplish a correct goals, exactly those goals which we want, which we think. And as you're saying, Svetlana, that is exactly like that, what we are thinking one way, wanting another way, and doing a third way. That what is in all of us, what is create like a mess inside us, and we all create that mess around, and then without understanding that, we think that, oh, it's probably bad circumstances, or it's fault because that person told me that I did something wrong. No, it's all we are, because we cannot keep ourselves in like all those three components in one stream. So we should do, we should think, we should feel, be honest at first with our feeling, thinking, and what we want to accomplish. Then it will lead to success. And that's what Janat teaching us, and what the science of Syucai teaching us.
Okay, great, thank you. So our mind has a number of different components, one of which is our intelligence, our understanding of life, the memory that lives in our physical body and in our mind. Of course, we remember things here, but we also remember things in here. And on a cellular level, our body is like a library. So imagine you have a computer that you don't really know what is stored in there, because it's not just your memory, it's genetic memory from generation to generation. From millennia to millennia, our genetics accumulate the cases, why and how we should do things so we survive. So we have that big genetic library, that memory. And when something happens outside that reminds us vaguely even about something that happened within our own lifetime, or our parents or our grandparents, immediately this icon gets activated. And all of a sudden you feel it, but you don't really know what you feel, because that part, that memory is not a conscious part. It's just something the body stores in case you want to repeat some mistakes of the past. And then we always have, we want to survive and we want to thrive. So something that gives us pleasure, it drives us toward it. Even sometimes it's against your better judgment. For example, when it's cold, I always go and have some tea. And as long as I have the tea, I also have a little bit of a candy or healthy bar. And when I do this, I'm nice and warm, and then my body gets bigger and bigger, and I'm nicer and warmer, but at some point it goes against my health. So the body will always do what it likes to do, because body is like a dog. You need to train it. And when you're not training it, it does what it does. And what the animals do, they do well with survival, right? So even if they're hungry and their body's hungry, they'll go and they'll hunt something down and they'll eat it. If they're tired, they'll go sleeping. If there's a mating season, they'll go mating. We, on the other hand, already trained our body to do all of that, but out of timing. So when you're hungry and you have to finish the work, you will finish the work while you're hungry, and then you will overeat. Because now you're so hungry, you cannot really be conscious about what you're eating. Or when you don't want to work, you push yourself in the morning to go somewhere where maybe the system is not working for you, or the place is not right, or the surrounding is not right, or the people are not right. The animals will never run into a place that is not optimal for their survival, but we do. And so we live in this mixture of emotions and desires for pleasure, and the stories we create, and the memories of the body, and the conscious mind, the intelligence, the what we know, what we already learned. So our emotions go up and down, up and down. So on that poster, you see key emotions that we experience. Of course, we have many more emotions, and if you're interested, and it would be very interesting for you if you didn't know about that, go and Google emotional scale. For example, Dr. Stephen Hopkins, I respect him a lot, and he put hertz, electricity, to understand that every emotion has an electrical charge. So if sometimes you feel electrocuted, this is what it is. The emotions, high emotions, whether it's anger or love, they have that big charge that affects your body. And fear, for example, on that scale is 50 hertz, but love is 500. So, for example, you talk to your partner or your child, where are you? What are you doing? I'm so worried for you. I love you so much. I just want to make sure you are safe. In there, you think you're having love conversation, but the truth of the matter is you have a conversation of fear and worry, which puts your body and your mind as part of your body in a compromised state from which you cannot really do a clear decision. You cannot even express yourself clearly. But even in love, when you are absolutely joyful, blissful, and in love, you cannot make a very straight decision, because in that moment, you're not thinking objectively. You are in your subjective emotion. We actually have three different realities. One reality is what's going on in our mind and body. That reality is also dictated by your name and the symbology of your birth time, because every number is a symbol to a particular energy. And also people that you grow up with give you limiting belief or expanded beliefs. And as we go through life, all of this play a role into how we choose. And when we choose certain things, the results are less than optimal. Sometimes are great results. Sometimes are less than optimal. A lot of times they're less than optimal. And then emotions become our motivational tools. So now we always want to be in love. So we're going after people that we can fall in love with. But even that saying, I'm falling into love, means that at some point you have to stand straight, or you will not think straight. Or I'm falling into grief. Something happened, now I don't have that person next to me, and I'm out of whack now. I'm not here. I'm there where the person is, and maybe that person is no longer in the physical body. So in order for our horse, wild horse of thoughts and emotions, to be in the right place, we need to do something and learn how to move through the scale of emotion from high to low, because we have an environment of people that might experience all kinds of things, might demand things from us, might not be happy with us. We might be not happy with ourselves. Maybe we're not happy with our products or our presentation. So we need to learn how to motivate ourselves, not from I want this, and this is unpleasant, and this is wonderful, and I hate it, but from the rational mind, because in the positive silence and observation, you are able to come to your senses, not just one sense of love or sense of grief, but all your senses. And what helps is the question, how interesting. I've discovered that for me and my clients years ago, that this is the emotion, this is high emotion of enthusiasm for life, interest for life, which could start from the very low emotion. This is the place where you can actually get that shift by getting interested in what's going on, not just being reactive, but also train yourself to ask, wow, how interesting, what is happening, and what's contributing to this, and how I can make things better for myself. And once you start asking this question, the courage comes. The courage comes from encouragement. Encourage yourself to look deeper and find the solution that can bring you to peace, that could bring you to joy. Because the emotions, all emotions are important. And the horse needs to run wild once in a while. Because if the horse is always in a stable, and you think now you're stable, you're not stable, you're trapped. And in this trapped space of mind, emotions, and body, there is no life. It's a trapped place where life is running out of you. The energy is running out of you. You don't want to do things because you're not motivated. But you can be motivated by understanding what life is for you, which brings me back to the Cinderella story. She was, in Disney version at least, she was very happy with all the chores that she received. And she had lots of friends who were helping her, mice and birds and all of that. But her true nature was not that. She didn't come from the cleaning lady family. Her father was an established man. She lost her mom. Her father went and married another woman who was in charge, like a queen of her house. And Cinderella lost her status. But all the time inside, she was like Natalie. She wanted the system her way. She wanted to be exactly where she wanted to be, with the prince that she would choose, and in the ballroom that where she wanted to dance. But
it was inside her.
Yes, she could not handle that, to be a cleaning lady and the cooking lady and all of that. She wanted to be a queen. So, as the story goes, the fairy tale brings her back to the palace. But in your life, what can bring you back to palace that you're imagining for yourself? That's the biggest question of this mindset and business phenomenon here, that Zhanat Kazhimzharov brought the science into the system. And the system was supported by cases and cases and cases of those Cinderellas that all of us are. And all those cases were then proven in the Oxford and Harvard educational system. And even in America, where we live with Natalie, it was now accepted and confirmed as a science. And I believe that every child should know not just a Cinderella story, but also what to do about it and how to be exactly who you are, and not try to pretend that you are okay with whatever's happening, because you're not. Because those four parts of our consciousness, the intelligence, that things that we know and things that we remember and things that we create the story about how we should be, and the pleasure of life, needs to be congruent with who we are, or our life will run wild, and it will run wild away from us. But we can actually ride the wild horse of our life and be extremely happy and free.
That's right. I'm totally agree with you. You know, you kind of how you lead it all to Cinderella story. It's like really like when I was before, when I was young, and I thought that my thoughts before my 33 years old, kind of, I thought that I can control a life. I'm on control. I can achieve this or that, as I said to you. Like I was like achiever, like a leader. I raised up on that like business stairs, and okay, I can do that, and life is interesting. I can do this, I can do that. Okay, I'm brave. I'm achiever, and I was like, and I'm business owner at the end. And then when I achieve that, also I'm business owner, and I think, okay, and then so what? And then that, as you say, that Cinderella started to think, okay, it's not actually that what I want, because I don't want to be all the time at the kitchen, and doing, or like in the laundry, doing all those those chores which Cinderella um, does by by that her mother-in-law, no mother-in-law, how it's like it's
Her
not mother-in-law,
stepmother.
stepmother, yeah, how she's telling to her to do, because she started to understand that she is not really living her life. She's living somebody else's life and achieving somebody else's goals, not those goals which she is actually have inside her, not those wishes. And she started to hear herself more and understand that she's just a pretty young woman, and she want to fall in love, and she is, and she want to be loved, and she want to have a normal life and be pretty and have that ball and have that nice dress, and she want to have that prince who is near her and protected her and saying all the time that, okay, this is my lady, and like I'm appreciate her and I showing to whole world that this is my lady. And so yeah, that was really like Cinderella story. Like make that like a parallel, you know, some kind of from my life. And that point that Cinderella, yes, was not in her own kitchen and doing not her own story. And we should like the science of Syucai actually is showing to all of us with these open mind stories that who we are in reality, and going and analyzing with analysis, like, and with this knowledge what science giving to us, analyzing all those our life situation, we are really starting to come to our understanding who we are, how we can achieve that, and how truly we want to live our life. And finding that way, we are happy. And being happy, we are bringing happiness to other people who is around us. We are sharing with that happiness. We are shining like a brilliance, and then it's turns our life different way. We are really appreciate everything, all that experience which happened with us, which we are going through now, and we understanding that everything is on purpose. Each person who is in our life is on purpose. And we then we became in that kind of like really joyful feelings, and having like we are like experiencing our life. By the way, I'm just like looking to open my my group in Facebook, and I thought about name of the group, you know, and what I came to experience life group. So because we are experiencing our life, each one of us different way, and that because we are became like a brilliance to each of us shining different sides, you know, but that together it's make us more shiny, like more lights.
Yeah.
So
I want to share a little bit of the of this science again, a little bit of this, so you could see the lower part of this poster. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it lower. Mm-hmm.
So
You
on
can...
the left side, right under the Cinderella carriage, are the situations in which each of us can find that happiness that Natalie was talking about. There are no numbers, so the numbers are not important, but I'm just going to remind you that this left column, the green column, where it says personality development and self-realization, is about your birthday. On the day that you are born, on that date, mine is 25, so I'm number 7. Natalie is 1. You can calculate your birth date by adding one or both numbers, depending on how many numbers in your birthday together, bring it to a single number. So 25 is 2 plus 5 is 7, minus 7. So starting with the top line is number 1, leadership or autonomous work. This is a person who is born on 1st, or the summary of the day is 1, for example, on 10th. Or
like mine is 1, I'm 19, so 1 plus 9, it will be 1 together.
Exactly. So this person is the strategist, is the person who needs to be in not only the leader to himself or herself, but also lead other people and be involved with strategy development and implementation. So those are the people who are business owners. Those are the people who are managers, who need to have their own territory. And if they don't have it, they're not going to be happy. And if they're not going to be happy, what will happen? You can look across to the human actions, right? If they're not in management, they will lose the energy and they will become moralist. They're gonna be upset. They're gonna talk about other people. They're gonna criticize their organization. They will not get enough energy to accomplish what they want because they will not be motivated by what makes them happy, which is the leadership. So our state depends very much on who we are. And if who we are cannot be expressed fully in a material way, because we live in a physical body, so we need material possessions and we need certain standards in our life to make us feel okay, happy, joyful. If we don't have enough of that courage to go for what we want, because maybe somebody doesn't like that in our family, these people will get stuck. Just today, I had a client, and her birthday was 1, and the summary of her month, day, and year was also 1, 1, 1. We talk about mission sometime later, but after you are 33, there is a drive that comes in. It's like another energy that makes you want to do things that are aligned with your personality. So if you have different number of personality, for example, number 1, and the mission is number 6, like Natalie, or my mission is number 9, those things will not be the same. So life becomes complicated. And if you don't know anything about it, it would be great if you have a session, consultation with the Syucai master, so you can understand yourself a little better and understand that conflicts in your consciousness are not only coming from thoughts and emotions, but also from the different desires and energies that are in the matrix of your birth, which is all the numbers in your birthday. So this woman comes and she's very nice. She's extremely beautiful. She's very kind. And she's describing her life with the husband. And I'm listening and I'm going, oh my God, how does she talk like that? Where did she come from? And then throughout the session, we unfold one by one all the events in her life, and whatever happens in her family, whatever happens in her relationship with people, in the marriage, in your desires. And we realize that she is not close to being leader of her life, that she's always waiting for his permission to do something. She's always waiting for people to be okay. She's always wanting to make sure that everybody's okay. And what happens out of it, her desire, for example, to build her own family is compromised because she is the mother to everybody, but she doesn't have anybody who is actually her child. She makes everyone as a child. And that's what people with that personality, leadership, and autonomous work is what they should do. What they do, they put everybody under their wing and they become this hen, chicken. Instead of giving direction and strategy, they're holding everybody under their wing. Familiar to you as well?
Yeah. Can I tell you another example? I actually also have I consult a person, and she's also 1-1 with the energy strategist, right? And she's a businesswoman. She have her small agency. She's care about loan for small businesses. And she is exactly in that mindset, like I'm achiever. I want. Why it's not like this? Why it's not like that? I know that money is here. Why I'm not? So can you tell me why I still don't get what I want? So it was that kind of energy. And first of all, I asked her like, I explaining her what a strategist, So she started to know herself. She said, "Oh yeah, that's right. I am. That is me." I asked her, "Are you married?" And she said, "Oh yeah, I am, and I'm blessed by my husband." I'm like, "Wow, great!" And I say to her, "It's great. It's great." And by the way, Svetlana, sharing with you that her husband, he is number 8 by self-realization. Okay, so which a leader also. And I said, okay, you guys really blessed if you like you find a key to work together. It's really blessed. But she's not happy about her realization that she knows that result should be there. She's achiever, but she cannot see result in the money, and she's trying to find. And I trying to like looking on her competence and everything. I telling her, okay, so it's you should go, you should kind of stop that mindset rolling all the time. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? I want. You need to go through through your analysis, try to understand, and don't say like no other people, like because you start to say she talked to me a way how she's talking with her client. So she's clients, she's like shocking them, and then they are shocked, and then they give them strategy showing that they cannot like go accomplish anything without her leading, and they come to her. And he said, but you know, like not all clients can like handle that. And she said, okay, yeah, that's right, that's what has happened, but those clients which is goes away, they're not my clients. That what does that mean? And I said to her, do you know, you just like close some opportunities which can maybe come through those people to you. So maybe it's okay to make some analysis, change your strategy away. And what it will be helpful for you to go to self-discipline also, because like going through the self-discipline, we can discipline then our mind, and then we can achieve more in our businesses, which will lead to a money result, right? And she's okay. She said, yeah, it's make a sense in that. But then I see like week away. I mean, actually, she came to me like after a couple of days, and she said, I started to walk. You know, it's ideas come. I'm so excited. You give me some, okay, but don't be just so excited. Use those moments, those ideas which came to you through analysis, going and yeah, change your strategy, do. But a person, she was happy and she was thankful for me for that excitement. But I see she go away from her self-discipline, and then it starts to rolling again. And recently we saw each other, and she is again like, I know for me it's important, she said, for me it's important that I'm on the right way. That is what is important, but I still, where is my result? I said, do you remember I told you about that? Go, like, analyze again what you're doing, why you're doing like that. Change strategy and be in self-discipline.
So what Natalie is talking about is that it's not just for the leader and strategist, it's for everybody. If we do not have a clear analysis of what's going on and what our personality role in it, we do not build the right relationship with the people, and we become those moralists in which we blame others for whatever is not happening. And then we take responsibility off our shoulders and put it on somebody else's shoulders, looking for result that is accomplishable for you because that's your realization, but not necessarily accomplishable by somebody else. And as you can see, that self-realization column has other personalities that are born on a day 2 or 11th or 20th are all about building the relationships. Those are the diplomats. They like to understand people, relationships, and situations, and they need to save the relationships. But when they are not able to build relationship or they break their relationship, their emotions also get out of whack. And what happens, their ability to accomplish anything is based on those relationships. And when relationships are broken, they lose the business. Just like Natalie explained, her client was losing the business because half of the people were not my clients. If it's not your clients, then that's not your money. If you want 100% of the money and you exclude 50% of the clients or more because they're not yours, It only means that your energy is compromised. And as we talked about a few minutes ago, your energy comes from your mindset. And in order for these people to have 100% of the result, they need to keep the relationship 100%. Then there is a mentorship self-realization that is for people who are born on 3 or 30 years or 21 or 12. So these people need to analyze. And those are the people who actually live in the more objective realities than anybody else, because those are the people that can stop, look at it, analyze things for benefit in the material plane, for convenience, for comfort, and they can make much better decisions. That's why their management comes from analysis. So these people are usually not compromised, usually, because they are able to bring analysis, systematization, and management in 100%, even if their emotions are out of whack. What I've noticed from my cases, and I've seen it a lot, these people are not 100% all the time. They could be, they have that potential if they stop. So the first thing that I teach them is to stop. I just had a client the other day who is a business owner. He's born on 21st, and what he was doing, he was analyzing the business, and so the business is falling apart, and the money flow is not there, and in order for that business to work the next week and the next week, this business needed more money. So he took a loan, especially around the COVID time. It was the case for many businesses. He took the loan, but he did not optimize the business. And as the loans keep growing with the interest and business keep falling apart because it was not optimized, he got to the position when he needed money, and he decided to take money out of his pocket, put it in a business. I'm a crisis management. So people come to me on the brink of the crisis. So that's where somebody said, go to Lana, because she will bring you back to normal. You are not in the right place and you're doing irrational decisions. So when he came to me, he said, I found that solution. I'll take my last $100,000 from my account, put it in the business, and I'll give my business the life. But I don't have life in this business. And I'm okay. If you don't feel that business gives you life, he's 3 with the mission, with the action of 1. So he could be a business owner, of course. But if the business doesn't give you life, that means your personality is not there. The personality is not self-realized. And if personality not self-realized, even though your mission is okay to have a business, you will not want to have that business. You want to destroy it. So slowly but surely, you're destroying your own business. He was so surprised. How could that happen? I want to give this business all of it. And what I said, you do not give it systematization. You did analysis, you're fine, 100%. You know what's wrong with the business, but you did not do the system in which the business could work. And so together, and I'm very high on analysis because I have great expertise and great experience in looking into business line by line by line by line. And I don't even need to see a business plan. I look line by line in a conversation with person. Because like I said before, our thoughts and emotions are the wild horses. So the first thing the client says is all that wild horses, emotions and thoughts that run him off his track. So I don't really need to see the business plan for anybody or budget, because I can read it from this person's words and the energy they bring in. And so now he's at 100%, the business is making money, and he was freed up from the business to become a speaker. And 3 is great, not only in analysis and systematization and management, but also teaching others, mentoring, and helping others understand the practicality and systematization. So he's doing that, and he's doing great. Bless you. And then the next realization is for people who are born on 4 or 13 or 31. Those are the people who are innovators. They want new things. They want to create things that are not done before, and they have gazillions of goals. And their personality thrives when they can bring those goals as a knowledge, share it with people, so people start knowing what goals they can accomplish, even if they're not goal-oriented, this innovator will show them this is the new reality and this is how you get there. And so these people can absolutely be 100% expressed in the material plane only if they know how to prioritize, how to put all the goals on a list of paper and then find the one that you want to do now because it's the most important one. But they're lacking that skill, of course, and that's where they lose the business. The next one is born on a day, on a 5 or 14 or 23rd, and those are the people who can scale. This is a personality of communicator who can sell the product, who can scale the business. They have great technical intellect, and for them, logic is evident. So they go crazy when people are not logical, and they lose the clients because they can identify the product usefulness, they can sell it really well, they can expand the business, but they cannot explain why. Sometimes they lose this sequential correct actions because people don't get what they want. They need to become great communicators in order to get 100% of their self-realization. And again, I have a client who is 5'9", so born on June 5, and only today had a session with this client who is still wanting his own business and saying, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I cannot do it. And it's been a while, and every time I give him a whole big picture and he goes, you're so right, you're so right. And then he goes away and come back, but I want my own business. And I always bring him back to analysis. And what I say is, go ahead, do your own business. But for you, I suggest you write down the business proposal and calculation. And so what happened today, he actually did that after a few sessions. And he said, oh my God, you were so right. When I calculated how much money I need to establish the business, to pay for the space, to pay the people, and all of that, this is not what I want to do. Of course you don't. You want to identify a great product and you want to go scale it. You want to do communication. You want to talk to people. You don't want to sit lonely in your office commenting the rest of the people like our Natalie likes to do. You need to have a totally different approach to the business. And so then we have number 6. People are born on 6 or 15th or 24. Those are the people who like comfort. They like to build comfortable relationships. They like the beautiful surroundings. Natalie is a personality 1, but she has you have 6 in your mission, right?
Mission.
Yeah. So after 3, after 33, you have the flavor of that personality in your actions. It's something that you want to do. So how the comfort drives you nuts?
That's what Cinderella wants to do. That's what Cinderella wants, to have a nice dress, to have a nice palace, to have a great prince who will protect her, you know, and like to establish a garden around her, you know. So this is what Cinderella, she wanted family will sit down around the table, like when it will be a celebration for something, or I want to make some kind of like comfort at home, that people feel that coziness at home, like to be at home, when guests will be happy when they came to the home and taste the nice food or everything. So, I mean, but also at office, for example, between your colleagues, also like it's a nice cozy relationship, you know, that we can help each other. So it's kind of and Cinderella likes to sing. Cinderella likes like to play music or dancing, or like all that creativity and all that comfortable relationship, which is like, it's really like in fairy tale, you know, that's what Cinderella wants.
Yeah, and Cinderella,
that is a mission.
Yeah, and Cinderella, that is in the body of Natalie, also wants to be a queen because she is 1, personality 1. But there are people who are born on 6, their personality is not 1 but 6, they don't really care to run around and command anybody, but they want the diamonds. And so God gives them the diamonds through their husbands and colleagues and businesses and investments, because all they need to keep creating comfort and be nice and easygoing, and they get 100%. So we call them God's children.
Yeah.
The
God's
firstborns that
yeah.
get all the inheritance, because they are actually whether they are immoral or not, all they care about love and comfort and material possession, and they'll find the way no matter what.
Yeah, those are all the time people who is in their self-realization. Those people all the time talk about money. So how to get money through comfortable relationship or some kind of creativity which they can do.
And now we come to me. I am 7. And if you can see in that self-realization, I have to be in discipline. And boy, it's very hard for me. I can schedule a meeting and want to go to sleep. Or I have a plan on a piece of paper and I go and do something else.
Okay, don't worry about that, friend. I can call you and say, hey, Svetlana, wake up. We have a meeting. Are we doing that?
So I have one in my field to keep me on track and moving toward our goal using our strategy. But on my own, I am 7. 7 is a star. I can be a star no matter what. I don't need to get ready. I am always shining. And I sometimes don't care about what other people think about it. So sometimes I could create this unwanted transformation. So I've learned how to discipline myself. I wake up at 6:30. I walk every morning. When I don't walk, I go like, I didn't walk today, so I go later on, but I live in Florida, so it's pretty hot. So I have to discipline myself to go early. I drink water. I do not do yoga. I've tried it many times, but if you are 7, your discipline is in yoga. So right now I've created a program for myself, which I start implementing. Right now I implement 3 exercises a day, but I'm extremely proud of myself because meditation, mental yoga, and body yoga, which is stretches, are extremely important. 7, discipline for 7 comes in many different ways, but most importantly, you need to plan and you need to inform people about your plans, because I am a great crisis manager, but I can also induce the crisis like that in 1 second. With one word, with one action, with one observation, I can induce the crisis. So to be in self-discipline for me means my mind is disciplined, and I'm noticing that I am getting people into a place that I might not be comfortable. At the same time, when the clients come to me, I am truthful 100%. There is not a moment in time in my life when I go, oh, I feel for you, let's do something. No, I will always say, this is what happens, and this is why, and this problems come 7 years before you now see it in your body, and you're in a 9-year cycle, so your body will respond, and we need to do something about it now, not tomorrow, not 3 days from now, not when you have money or time. The crisis is coming. If you came to me, I'm a crisis manager. You never come to me just because life is extremely nice. My friends do. But if the client shows up, that means that within a year to 3 years, they'll have a crisis. And I actually see 5 to 7 years ahead of time and back. I've trained myself to notice, to observe the elements that show me what are the patterns of life that will bring people to this. And so 7s are great in improvement, rapid transformation, and perfect realization. So even though I sometimes might fall out of the discipline and don't do a fast and perfect manifestation for me, when the clients come to my field, I am very observant and I can give them the points. This is point A, this is point B, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things you need to do to bring the quality of your life to this level, so you can have better energy, you can have better material result, and you have a completion of your dream. And so that happens every time, because 7, when they are in their discipline, could have 200% minus or 200% plus. Without discipline, 200% of the money go away in a mystical way, and you don't even know what it is.
Because they're chaotic sometimes. That's what it is.
Yes. I was actually, I was a director of a very big school that I've created under the auspices of a big organization. I was a life coach in that organization, and I was simultaneously working as a director of the school that I've established. Because when I immigrated, I realized there is not enough after-school activities for my children. So I've established school, and over 20 years I ran the school. And so in my power, because 7 is extremely power, I told to myself, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the dusty cabinet office. I want to do something else. I want to be coaching, because at this point, my mission kicked in, and I didn't want to be a teacher or a director or anything to do with the children. And fast realization, I said, that's it. I'm done with it. I don't want to do it. Within a month, less than a month, a person under which auspices I was working in his bigger office comes and says, I don't have a budget for your program. And I said, okay, great, wonderful. I'm ready to go, severance package and all of that. And everybody in the office is crying, like, what are we going to be doing? We've accustomed to have you like a pocket life coach, you know. Every time I resolve things, I run a huge school. I do retreats for the whole organization. That organization had 7 buildings around the city in Chicago. So I'm everywhere. Everybody knows me. Everybody's crying. Like, why are you crying? You don't have money for my programs anymore. And they're like, but we don't want to let you go. Like, I know, because I want to let myself go. And this is how 7 works. So if you're 7, and I'm sharing that story for a reason. If you're 7 and you want something, it'll happen. It will happen. The only thing that you need to be rapid in your implementation. For example, if I would fight and say, okay, I'm going to work for half money or give me half time, I will still do it, because there was some budget, it was not the full budget. If I would continue that, it will slow me down. So for 7s, for people of this improvement and rapid materialization, you need to be fast. You got it, you analyze it, don't do it without analysis, and do it, do not postpone it, and then you have 200 success, 200% of the materialization. And then there are number 8, born on 17th or 26th, or that's probably it. So these are the people. 8th, right? That's right. That are the people who are controllers. They need to be in control of material environment, of material possessions, of material processes. And if they do not control material world, money go. And that happens when they do not have enough understanding of analysis, because 3 and 8 are the people that can be very successful. They can have 100%, whether they're in good mood or in bad mood, only when they realize that processes need to be optimized and they need to know how. So the lack of knowledge can bring them into problem, which again, I'm consulting somebody who is losing the business, but about 8 months ago, I said that will happen. They did not believe me. But about 5 months ago, they started believing me. So they've done some things to prevent big losses. And their problem was that they did not analyze the cost of running the business. They were seeing the big income coming in, but they did not realize that their expenses were way too much and they've gotten too many loans while expanding the business. So again, if you're not controlling the processes of your production and resources that you have, you will lose the money, even though you have a potential to have 100%. So their moral is about, if I control everything, it's going to be okay. No, you have to be involved in the process so you could control it from within. That's where what I've realized through many, many cases, they need to be within the process. They also need to be working within the process so they can control it from their own experience. When they control it from a position that Natalie could control from, from the high office, they would not be successful. It's for the one to be a strategist. For the 8, they need to be inside the process, understanding from their experience what's going on. And therefore, they need to go to the crisis sometimes, because without crisis, sometimes people don't learn. Everything is fine, we don't need to learn much. And the last
I would like to add a little bit. I also have a man who is successful entrepreneur and businessman, and at the same time, you know, it was like a couple times he said to me, it was a story. Yeah, it was, they bought a successful businesses, and they analyzed like everything, how businesses are working and everything, like everything is fine. And then when they started to run a business, they found, or so it's in the documents when they bought a business, you know, they see, for example, that people put like that it is how it is, but in reality it's not like that. So, and they are controlling, like he is actually this 8, he's controller, yeah, and he's control this or that, but at the same time you need to have enough knowledge, also go even deeper, diving deeper when you are a businessman, and look a lot of from side of not just reality, but high, I would say a low or high level reality. That so you should go to that part also and control that there also.
Yeah, so what Natalie is talking about is in the middle of this poster is we live in different realities. We think as personalities, so that self-realization part is about this. And then we live in objective reality in which we exist with other people. And then we have a super reality, so to speak. It's the reality of the cosmic laws that rule our planet, plus the human laws that rule our relationship and politics and finances. And so when we live only in our subjective reality, looking at everything through our own eyes and not the eyes of the common reality, we lose the money. If we do things with people without understanding the laws of nature and the laws of the human society, we also lose the money. And so we are going to complete with the number 9, people that are born on 18th or 27th, or that's it.
1927, yeah.
All right. So those are the 9s, and they have gazillions of ideas, and those ideas are put into action. So 4, the creative type, the innovator type, also has gazillions of ideas. Their job is to prioritize and delegate those ideas. 9 actually like to act on their ideas. But instead of acting, they sometimes give their ideas away, hoping that somebody will do something for them. It doesn't happen. How do I know? I am 9 in a mission, so I have 30% of that personality in my action. So I always want to share ideas. I always need a partner. Natalie knows that well. I would not do anything by myself, even though I can. But within my actions, there is a need to bring people along. So my clients love it, because no matter what kind of business they have, I would have gazillions of ideas of how to expand that business. At the same time, I might not be that successful in doing something for myself, because these people are always generating schemes of how things could be mutually beneficial. So I always depend on other people for the benefit. Maybe other people do not have my talents or my speed of life, because I'm 7. And so what could happen, you could lose all the money, or you can have 100% of the money, depending on how sustainable you are in your own accomplishments. And today we're not going to talk about success formulas and happiness formulas, because in Syucai we have very clear calculation of how you can have the money, all the money you want, and what needs to be done for it, and how to deal with the fears and angers and unsustainable emotions that take you out of control and into the pitfall of our personalities, and how to find the happiness through what who you are and what you can do for the world, without distracting yourself and your body and your mind, without bringing problems in your physical body, but with an ability to fulfill your potential. And that will be for some next time, because as you can see, this poster is huge. It has so much, and we only scraped the very, very top, very, very, very top of the iceberg that Syucai, the science of digital psychology, is. It's an extremely deep and wide and systemized well knowledge that can help you know yourself and others from the distance, analyze the businesses, and be a master of your life. So being a master of Syucai is mastering your life, understanding that life is in your fingertips if you know the details of that. And I am a 9. 9 is a tactic. Natalie is 1. She's a strategist. And so when you understand
Marshall in general.
Yeah, exactly. So when you know where to go and what are the steps to get there, you could be extremely successful, but then you need the discipline of your body and mind. We cannot teach you Syucai. You need to go and learn, because you could have it as a profession. I already have a diploma of the Syucai master. I am going for mini MBA in March. Natalie is also, she has one first diploma. She hopefully will go with me. And
I did. I already bought the tickets. I definitely
yay!
will go with you.
So together we'll bring more of it. Our desire is to bring Syucai into US in English, because we do have Syucai masters that work with clients in Russian. And the science of Syucai right now, right this moment, is taught in Russian. It's also taught in Italian, Spanish, Bulgarian. Now we are teaching it in English. We are bringing our hearts into giving you all that you need, even if you are bilingual, if your children are speaking Russian, for example, and English. In time, they lose the native language because we live in English environment. And we want to be the bridge for those communities who lost the chance to talk to their children, because the children speak a different language and have different mentality. So this science is great for the parents to understand their children, for the spouses to understand each other, for the business people to understand businesses, for the employees understand each other and their bosses. This is a great system that helps you systemize your mind. And with a systemic mind, you can set the goal, you can create the actions that are connected to this goal and bring you to the target that you put for yourself. You could be active in life, you could be successful in life, most importantly, you could be happy.
Not just could, you will be, definitely.
You will.
If you will work with your life, if you will put some self-discipline in it, you definitely will be having a key of success from this science. You definitely will be.
And may the formula of happiness does not escape your mind, and may the formula of success help you make all the money in the world you want. And most importantly, may Syucai science help you know yourself so you can live the life you meant to live. And with that, we're going to close our broadcast today. We are grateful for your time, and we hope that you will share with your friends. And if you're interested in this session in Russian or in English, we'll be happy to provide it. You can find us on Instagram and Telegram and in YouTube channel and Facebook. I'm Svetlana Pritzker, and here with me is
Natalia Rigoni.
And we wish you a very, very, very successful life. Bye.
Yeah.